considering that we are more than 100 miles away from the epicenter of this quake. It was about 15 miles north of Ukiah, along the 101 corridor just outside of the town of Willits. Magnitude 5.6. Of course, that's preliminary and could change after some assessment, which the USGS is doing right now. Happened around 5:10, as you mentioned. The depth, according to preliminary reports, also preliminary at 8.1 kilometers, which, as far as earthquakes go, is a very shallow one. The more shallow the earthquake, the more of that movement we could feel at the surface, and potentially the more damage. Now, we have had a handful of aftershocks since then, and while this map shows some duplicates, really it's been about 5 aftershocks ever since 8:10 when the initial earthquake happened this morning. The good thing is that this happened in a rural area, or rather rural anyway, and while it was a very strong earthquake, it didn't cause that much damage as it would have if it were to have hit a more populated area. I don't think any aftershocks that happen from here on are going to be much stronger than the 2.7 that we've seen this morning. Of course, we continue to monitor the seismic activity of this area, not just today, but for the next couple days. Lisa, back to you.
All right, thank you, Ophelia. And of course, we'll continue to follow the latest developments surrounding today's earthquake. Again, as I mentioned, we've got new video coming into the newsroom minute by minute.
Some people say they felt it. So where exactly did this hit? What do we know about it?
Yeah, well, this isn't an area that is certainly no stranger to earth. Dozens of fault lines running right through them. There are hundreds throughout the state of California. Each red line is one of those fault lines. So the fault line that triggered today's earthquake, that's the Macama fault. It runs through Mendocino County and into northern Sonoma County. And this is slip fault. So that's what it's, instead of running into each other or pulling apart, well, they're just kind of sliding along each other. And in any given year, this moves about an average of 8 millimeters. So it's not a lot of movement, but these are large plates, huge pieces of earth, and that movement triggers pressure. The pressure gets released in the form of an earthquake. Now, this quake was relatively shallow, a depth of just 8.8 kilometers, 5.6 magnitude. So because it was relatively shallow, and it was on the stronger side, California sees about 2 to 3 of these magnitude earthquakes in a year. That's why we saw the damage in parts of Mendocino County. Back to you.
Heather, thank you. Other news today.